Hello, it is time for the long-awaited full makeup collection tour. So we're just going to walk through this entire thing. Here is a quick overview of what everything looks like. Basically what I have here is a shelf. There's the storage at the top. We have 5 cubbies in the center, and then 3 drawers at the bottom. I don't know if this is long awaited for anyone other than me, because I've been saying I was going to do this forever, and I didn't want to do it until I had everything organized and put away in a nice aesthetic way that I enjoyed. So it is finally here. So first up at the top, I have my single shadows over here. These are a variety of single shadows, and I also have my Eva Expressions palettes over here because for all intents and purposes, I use them as single shadows. I don't use them on their own. And then I have my lip liner collection right there in that cup. Over here in the center, I have all of my lipsticks. Those are all of my bullet lipsticks. I think that I might switch it out for my liquid lipsticks just because I tend to use those more, but I do like having the bullet lipsticks stationed up here. I think that it looks nice. I also have my Moonspell palette from Lunar Beauty just because it's pretty and I like having it there. And the last part over here at the top is the drawer set that I have from Cosmic Beauty. In the bottom drawer, I kind of have my most used glosses. These are my 4 from Glamlight. I have 3 from M81, and then I have a Jisoo one that I just got that I wanted to use more. And up here at the top, I have all of my lip stains. I have a couple from Glisten, my Benetint, and I don't even know what else is up here, but it's just like some random ones that I've acquired over time. For my palettes, I have them all organized by brand. So on the very far left, I have all of my Odin's Eye palettes. Then I have a few from Gourmand Girls, one from Kaleidos, and then all of my Unearthly palettes. And at the end of the first shelf, I have my Tati Beauty palette. The next shelf over are kind of my most used palettes. These are all of my Blend Bunny. I have some from Singe, the 2 that I have from Cosmic Brushes, 2 from Diveroon, and then the rest are all from Bella Beauty Bar. Then on the bottom shelf on the very left, I have all of my Glamlight palettes. In the center there, I have my Fantasy Cosmetica. In the center, I have my 4 palettes from Shroud Cosmetics, who are no longer available. And then I have my ColourPop palettes there on the end. I also have my Lethal Cosmetics Adventure Time palette because it's new, so I wanted to keep it up front so I can make sure I use it. And then the last shelf here in the center with my palettes, these are just a random assortment of tons of different brands. I have Danessa Myricks, Kimchi Chic, Ensley Rain, who I don't purchase from anymore, Wicked Widow, Natasha Denona, Huda, Melt, ABH, Adept, Pat McGrath, Davini. Oh, and I skipped over. I have my Day Day Signature and my Glaminatrix palettes. And then in the very far right shelf, I have my setting sprays, skincare, hair care, just kind of things that I know that I'm going to reach for every single day. I just have them easy to access right there. Now down to the drawers. I really like these ones because they are fully removable, so I can move them around as much as I want. Here I have the rest of my lipsticks. Anything that isn't a bullet lipstick is basically in here, as well as all of my lip oils, lip glosses. All of those things are in this drawer. Here in the center drawer, I have all of my face palettes, contour palettes, blush palettes, highlighters, and then a few singles that fit in here. And then the next drawer, I have the rest of my single face products. Then I also have all of my complexion, the primers, foundations, concealers, powders, all of those things are all kept in this drawer. Then over here on the other wall of my room, I have my vanity set up. So up top, I have some perfumes, and then sitting on top of the vanity, I have the setting spray that I'm currently trying to pan, some more skincare things that I use daily, all of my brushes. That is my entire brush collection. It used to be a lot worse. I'm glad that I've got it down to just 2 little cups. In this center drawer, I kind of have all of my like extra accessories. So I have my Glisten wet liners over here. I have a couple from Diveroon also in here. I have my lens palette. These are my favorite single shadows, the one that I reach for constantly. I have the Somber Soils. These ones I'm trying to get more use out of. They're a satin formula. I have all of my gems and rhinestones over here, and then some single shadows and single glitters. Over here on the right, I have 3 drawers. I've put the bulk of my collection away, so these are just kind of my focus products, the things that I want to use kind of every 2 weeks. I think is when I want to rotate these out just to make sure that I'm getting full use of my collection. So I just have a couple face products that I pulled out here. My Rare Beauty bronzer stick, which you may remember, I do believe that I decluttered this one and then I realized I had no cream bronzers left, so that's the one that I decided to hold on to. My Fenty bronzer, a couple of blushes, and quite a lot of highlighters. I am a big highlighter fan, so I always like to have a variety of those. Here in the second drawer, I have all of my complexion products. So I have the primer from Essence that I am still trying to use up. It is still not gone. I have another primer from Touch and Soul that I'm going to switch over to once I've used up the Essence, an Hourglass powder, a loose powder, my 2 pressed powders, which I'm trying to use both of those up, a couple concealers, a tint, a foundation, and of course my blue color corrector because I tend to have to neutralize my foundations a bit. And then the final drawer of my vanity are my focus palettes. Right now I have the Day Day Signature Broken Jewels, the Glaminatrix Silent But Deadly, Diveroon Magnetic Mineralia, the Melt Fatally Yours 2 with Bailey Sarian, my Starborn Nascent palette, and my Garden of Stars from Blend Bunny. Those are my focus palettes for the next couple of weeks. Lastly, over here, I have a couple more things just to finish out my makeup look. So I have all of my eyeliners, colorful mascaras. I have all of my lip balms, lip oils, lip masks, things like that. All of my primers, brow gel, brow powders, mascaras, and then the perfumes that I tend to reach for the most. I just keep them right here so they're handy. And there you guys have it. This is my full makeup collection. I really love this setup way more than how I had it before. I feel like I can really see everything and be inspired by it more. So let me know what you guys think, and I would love to know how you guys do your setup or what kind of things you have in your collection. I will leave the link to this organizer in my bio. I did get it off of Amazon. I tried to thrift one, but they were all very heavy and wooden and they just wouldn't fit in this space that I have over here, so I ended up having to get something off of Amazon. But I will link it if you guys want to see something similar, and I will see you guys in the next one.